Welcome to ThePodQast, where we dive deep into the world of best-selling books. Each week, we explore the latest hits and timeless favorites that are captivating readers everywhere. Join us as we unpack the stories, themes, and characters that make these books unput-downable. Whether you're looking for your next great read or curious about what everyone's talking about, you're in the right place. So grab your coffee, settle in. This is ThePodQast, powered by OnCue New Media.
All right, so ready to unlock some serious wisdom. We're diving deep into Tuesdays with Morrie.
Okay.
You know, the one everyone and their mother seems to have read. But we're going beyond just the tearjerker label here. We're going to figure out what makes this book tick, why it still matters, you know?
Yeah. What's really interesting, I think, is how this, simple story, right, about a former student and his professor who's dying.
Right.
It became this huge publishing phenomenon.
Huge, yeah.
But it wasn't always that way.
Right.
It got rejected, actually, by multiple publishers. They thought it was going to be too depressing. It's like, come on, death is a part of life, right?
Right.
But I get it. It's not exactly a light beach read.
Yeah.
But Morrie, even facing death, had this way of making you think about life, you know?
Absolutely.
It's like by facing death, he unlocks these deeper truths about how to really live. Exactly. And that's where the book gets really brilliant. Yeah. You have this contrast, right? You've got Mitch, he's a successful sports columnist, totally caught up in the rat race.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Morrie, his professor, who's battling ALS. And he's forcing us to ask ourselves some tough questions, like, what are our priorities, really?
It's like he's holding up a mirror, you know? We see Mitch totally consumed by deadlines, achievements.
Right.
And then there's Morrie reminding us about what truly matters.
And he does it so well. Remember that line, the most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and to let it come in.
Oh, yeah.
That's Morrie right there, cutting through all the noise. Love, connection, those are the foundations of a meaningful life. What do you think about that? How does that resonate with you? Do you prioritize those things?
Wow. Yeah. That's a big question. It's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, right? To focus on just getting things done instead of the people around us.
Right.
Morrie makes you hit pause on that autopilot life. Makes you think, am I really present? Am I making time for the things, the people that really matter?
That's it. And one of the most amazing things about Tuesdays with Morrie is how, even though he's sick, Morrie never loses sight of beauty, of joy.
Yeah.
He doesn't shy away from tough stuff, death, suffering. But he always emphasizes how important it is to embrace life fully, even when it's painful.
And that's what makes his message so powerful. He's not just, up on a stage preaching.
Right.
He's right there with you in it.
Absolutely.
Acknowledging that life is messy, it's beautiful, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And, one of the most powerful examples of that is how Morrie sees death. He doesn't see it as the end. It's part of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you say, once you learn how to die, you learn how to live.
It's weird, right? Like a paradox. Learn how to live by thinking about dying.
Exactly. But think about it. When we really get it, that our time is limited, everything changes.
Yeah.
The little things don't matter as much.
Yeah.
And the things we've been putting off, telling ourselves we'll do later, expressing love, going after our dreams.
Right.
It's like suddenly those things become urgent.
Our reviewer talked about that. They said, it's just all right to cry sometimes and to let go of your feelings. But of course, don't forget to look on the brighter side of every challenge we will encounter.
Yeah.
It's like the book gives you permission to just feel it all,
Exactly. Morrie wants us to be vulnerable, to cry when we need to, let ourselves feel everything, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Because that's how we connect with ourselves and with other people.
And that's what's so great about the book. It doesn't try to make life all sunshine and roses.
No.
It's about finding meaning even when things are hard.
Exactly. Morrie reminds us that everyone struggles. We all deal with loss, with grief, with things not going our way. But it's how we handle those tough times that really matters. He even says, death ends a life, not a relationship.
Wow. That's really something. It's like we were saying earlier about love being more powerful than death.
Right.
The people we love, the connections we make, they stay with us.
Absolutely. They stay with us and they change us. Look at Morrie's legacy. This book, it's touched so many people.
Yeah.
And to think it started because Mitch wanted to help with his medical bills.
It's amazing, right? Like he wasn't trying to create this huge thing.
Right. He just wanted to connect with people.
Exactly. Share what he knew, even though he knew his time was running out. No wonder it had such an impact.
It shows you sometimes the most powerful stories are also the simplest ones.
Totally. And get this, Morrie never even read Tuesdays with Morrie.
I know, right? Crazy.
Seriously. He never read the book.
Nope. Mitch wrote it to help pay his medical bills.
Wow.
Never thought it would become this huge bestseller.
It really makes you think, what kind of impact do we have on the world?
That's the question, isn't it?
Like, what will people remember about us? What do we want them to remember?
Morrie believed that how you die, it's all tied up with how you live. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah, it's about living with purpose, right? Putting love first, caring about people more than things, and finding meaning even when things are tough.
Exactly. So it's not just a nice story, it's a challenge to really live, to appreciate every day and to focus on what really matters.
Because in the end, it's not about what we accomplished or how much stuff we have. It's about the connections we make, the love we give and receive. That's Morrie's legacy, and it's a powerful one. So as you think about Mitch and Morrie, ask yourself, what kind of legacy are you creating? What can you do today to make it a good one?
Join us again next time here at The Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of best-selling books. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for future podcast notification. This is The Podcast, powered by OnCue New Media.